Positive Living with Lolo. I'm Lolo, and today I have with me one of my great friends, Kaya.
Hello.
She goes by callme_Kaya, Kiah, on all social media platforms. So Kaya's here today to discuss the new things that she has going on in April, and then something she's already been doing, which is called New Flavor. So tell us a little bit about what you have going on.
So, New Flavor is a hip-hop review series that I created that just kind of basically started because I felt like I was in a dual perspective when it came to music because I grew up around artists and like I grew up like watching people create music, but I was also such a heavy consumer of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like around like the 2000s or whatever, there was a point where people stopped really listening to the music, which then also in turn, like the artists stopped caring about the quality of music. And so
You're talking lyricism.
yes, absolutely, yes. Beats have only gotten better. Production has only gotten
I
better.
know.
Like,
I love it.
I mean,
yeah.
And I mean, honestly, collaborations as well. People are way more collaborative now, which is great. But it's just as far as like the content, I don't think that consumers really appreciated how much work it really put into like creating good content in a song, and then artists got lazy. So I decided, even on a small scale, I wanted to try to create a standard.
Right. And so do you do these interviews on your own, or do you have guests on the show and you interview them with, or what? What's up?
So, I haven't done a solo episode yet.
Okay.
There will be some this year, but I haven't done any yet. I normally have a special guest that's either like another artist. I just did an episode where I reviewed Tori Helene's project, and I had a local painter on there, and he live painted me while we reviewed her album.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. You should check that out. But so yeah, I have a special guest, and we kind of talk, and it's fun because we kind of get to clash and like have differences of opinions, but like we have to agree on a score, so there comes that like back and forth dynamic, which is fun.
Yeah.
So I like it.
So when did you start that?
Well, it's actually okay. So New Flavor actually was before that it was called Flavor in Your Ear.
Okay.
And then before that it was actually a show called The Collective, which I started in 2011.
Okay.
So I started The Collective. It was the same premise, but it needed some fine tuning for sure. And so then I transferred it to Flavor in Your Ear, where I had two co-hosts with me, and that business relationship didn't continue. So then also because I was starting to get more views, I didn't want to come into issues with like copywriting and like things like that. So then I just switched it to New Flavor.
Okay. And so New Flavor has been New Flavor since when?
Since 2018.
Okay, perfect. So it's kind of fresh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what do you have coming up in April because everything you're doing is relatable to music.
Yes.
So what do you have coming up in April?
So in April, I'm going to be doing a lot more on my social media, a lot more on Instagram and things like that. So I will do this thing called Cincy Jam Fridays. Okay. Which will be every Friday. And I do something to local music. So there's a few on my page where like I did it to a Chris Crook song and I was working out. And then there's one where I did Cincy Jam Friday with Wino, and I was just lip syncing it. And then there was like one where I was like picking out my fro. So I just kind of do different things, but like I shout out the song and just kind of give light to it. Okay. And then the other thing that I'm going to be doing is on the first Wednesday of every month, I'm going to be do instant live listens or Insta live listens. Okay. They'll be on my story, and so it'll kind of be like a short summary of my show about a song. So like artists can send me their songs to my email, which is callmekiah@yahoo.com. And
call me underscore Kaya?
Nope, just call me Kaya.
Cool.
And so they can send me their songs or whatever, and if I like them or if I don't like them, like I'll listen to them, and then I'll give like actual feedback on the song and be like, hey, like this is what I thought about the lyricism, this is what I thought about the content. If I had to give it a score, like it would be this. So I'll do that on the first Wednesday of every month.
Okay. Super exciting.
Yes.
So email songs.
Tons of content coming.
Let's start collabing, doing things together, interviews, all of that.
Yes. I love to interview people. I love to throw people off and ask questions that they are not prepared for. So all of my interviews are a great time. So.
Yay, okay. I'm excited for you.
Yes.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit of positive living.
Yes.
So you and I are both known on social media for being pretty positive people, smiley and everything. One of my friends, shout out Fame Tyler from YNL. That's my dude, like that's my guy, I love him to death. And yeah, and his girl Nisha, at the time you guys like were hanging out and I'm kicking it with Fame, like that's my homie. And they both were like, you have to meet my friend Kaya. Like Kaya's doing kind of like the same things as you. And then Nisha tells Kaya, like, you should be friends with Lola.
Like, y'all just need to meet. Like,
right. And then we did, and
not through them, which is crazy to think about. Like, it wasn't even through them that we ended up connecting.
Right. Which is, it ended up being through Jose Reese, he was the first episode of Positive Living that I've done. And he and I have been working together consistently since.
Shout out Jose Reese.
That's my guy. I love Jose. He's awesome. That guy is going to go places.
Absolutely.
And so,
As he should.
100%. He puts in the work. He puts in all of that.
He does not sleep unless...
It's crazy. I'll be telling him, like, yo, look, God had to rest too. God had to rest. So you have to rest too. But I understand the grind and it's real and it's something you don't see.
The hustle is the thing. It's like everybody wants something, but not everybody has like the hustle and the momentum to go get it.
Yeah,
so
and he 100% does.
Yeah, it's refreshing.
I love my guy. I love my friends and I love the people that I've connected with in the last couple of years because everybody is doing their thing. Like from music, from music to art to shows to podcasts to
fashion,
anything.
Yeah, photography. It's crazy.
I love it, and we're all so young doing it, so it makes me really excited to see where all of us are gonna go. Yes. But anyways, we ended up connecting through Jose Reese, through one of his video shoots. So she got a lead role in one of his music videos.
Can you believe it? I've never been in a music video before. Like he hit me up on Instagram, like, have you ever thought about acting? And I was like, in what way? And he was like in a music video. I was like, me? Like,
right.
like you're hitting me up? Like, why are you hitting me up? Like, it was
when he hit me up, I was like, well, I'm not video material, but I will definitely help with camera when I can. He was like, okay, whatever you feel comfortable with. But that's how we ended up connecting. And then we found out we have the same birthday, we have the same wallet, we have the same phone case, we have the same password for everything.
Oh my God. We drink the same.
Yep.
Like,
if it ain't dark, it's tequila. And if it ain't dark or tequila, then it's red wine.
Yeah, it's red wine specifically.
Yeah.
If we're talking about it.
Yeah. So it's just crazy how everything plays out and everything. But since we met, we've been just trying to figure out ways to collab and bring a positive light into the city. And I feel like we each individually have already been doing so. And so collabing is really exciting.
Forced to be reckoned with.
Yeah. So it's a really exciting. So I'm really excited to see where our relationship goes and how far we're able to take it and make people happy and excited about
bring the city together.
Everything.
Yes, bring the city together.
So important, love and light. And you know, this also goes with the interview I did with Audley. Like, Audley did a whole series on his music, and it was love and light.
I love that.
And so he was like, when we talked on our episode, he was like, you know, I just thought it was cool because everybody in the city is talking about love and light, love and light, love and light, because this is the whole series. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, that's amazing. Like, there's really some amazing souls that are doing music, that are doing art and everything in our city. And
so talented, so much talent.
So it's really exciting for both of us to have a platform for them for their music and me for their positive living.
Yeah.
I don't really want to talk about their music specifically.
Exactly.
But
that's where you come to me for.
Yeah, so you go to her for the music and me for like,
your
what
lifestyle,
are you about?
Yeah, like who are you? Like what are you doing? Like,
because the artists have a lot more to share than just their art. Mm-hmm. There's a reason that they do what they do, and there's a purpose in that. And So I want to be that platform while you're the other end of the platform. So it's really exciting. Yeah, dude, that's eventually what I want. Like, it is to be able to provide a place for people to come share their stories, share about who they are, but also it be a really positive, happy, safe place, you know, for people to come and be vulnerable and everything.
Yeah, I like that because, like, so for instance, like, I get a lot of slack on my show because I don't hold punches. I'm very critical, but also, like, I really genuinely do my research. Like, before I go on a show, before I talk about someone, before I interview someone, before I I genuinely like spend days of like just scouring their social media, Googling, asking people, like, not even just like, so it's like I really do my research, so I get a lot of slack, but it's like what I do it for and why I did it is so that I can create a dialogue between me and the artist and like kind of like give that inside look to the consumer. So it's like if I say something that you don't like about your album on my show, then you feel free to respond and then we can have a dialogue about it, and now the consumer of your music is privy to your thought process in your creation and why you did what you did.
And I like that.
So it's like, this is so great.
It is.
This is just
I just think that we need to get on a deeper level of things. Like, I don't want to know the surface of what you're doing. I want to know the deep, like, whys.
Why you're doing
what you're doing.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. And I love with your episodes, you are very critical, but you're very honest and it's straightforward. It's not sugarcoating some album that's really bullshit and you're just like, you're really honest about it.
Yeah, but I'm not mean. And also, I ask people before they ask me to review their album or their mixtape or their EP, I'm like, have you watched my show before? And they all say yes. and then I review it and then they're like, well, what? Like, why would you say that? And like, well, this happened because of this. And it's like, that's great, but like, I don't know that as a consumer. You didn't share that with us. Like,
and actually, I appreciated that. I appreciate a lot of things that I've already learned from you. You're very smart. You're 2 years younger than me, but you're very intelligent.
Thanks.
You know how to work computers. I don't. Like, when I say I'm like an old lady in so many ways, like, it's real. So, like, you're teaching me things that I never knew before. But one thing that you had said was, as a consumer, if you're not communicating with me, then I'm expecting things. And when you don't drop, that throws me off because now you look unprofessional. And so for me, with my Positive Living episodes, which we've already recorded once, nothing was working.
God was like, nah.
That episode was not coming out.
No. Like, literally, like, think of anything that could have possibly gone wrong and then fix all of that and then still can't do it. Yeah, like, it was crazy. But so that's why I had to get on social media a couple times and be like, yo, this is what's going on. Because I'm like, I really do need to be very clear and communicate with what's going on. And so I've been doing that. And I think there's this thing with people on social media that people you don't want to feel like an asshole. You don't want to say you're going to do something and then not do it and have to constantly get on and explain why you're not doing it. But at the end of the day, there's so much that comes with being vulnerable and being honest and sharing with your viewers what is going on with you. You'd be surprised how many people are understanding or how many people are be like, hey, actually I can help you or I can do this for you. Exactly. So, and also just like just from an artist perspective and an image perspective, you really can't control the perception of you if you don't say anything. So you can't control the narrative if you don't say anything. So it's like, for instance, we'll use the not dropping thing. Like, if you say a project's gonna come out and then it just doesn't, there's no like, hey, it had to get pushed back, like, I'm so sorry guys, like, you know, there's just nothing, and then it just doesn't come out. The next time you drop, I might be like, she's not gonna drop. You know what I mean? Or I might be like, you know, I don't even want to listen to it anymore because, like, they're super flaky, even though they're not flaky at all. It might be the label or the you know, whatever's stopping them. But it's like, if you don't speak out on your platform, like, if you can speak out about what someone's wearing on your platform and share a meme on your platform, you can speak about your craft on your platform. And I just feel like if you want to control how people see you, you have to then narrate it.
Right. That's all facts.
That's just how I feel.
So I appreciated that because I'm already very honest with my viewers, and but there's just some things like, dude, I feel like an asshole when I do not get my episodes out. I really do. Yeah. And so it's one of those things where it's a growth thing. Like, even when you feel like an asshole, you kind of got to go out there and put yourself out there so that way people aren't viewing you as an asshole when really you're not even being like that. Mm-hmm. You're not, nothing is intentional, and it's just things aren't working out. But
exactly.
So I appreciate that advice a lot. So there was another thing that you had brought up to me about, you were talking about people in your life and how you felt like people weren't reciprocating the love and things like that. And so for the last couple of weeks, I've been so in my head about people that I'm hanging out with and how I'm going about things, and are these relationships in my life mutually beneficial for me?
It's such a big thing this
year. It's a huge thing. But I just wanted to say that I appreciate you, because so far in our relationship, it has been 100% completely mutually beneficial.
Absolutely.
100%.
As it should be.
And I think that there is this boundary that's created when it is a mutually beneficial relationship that doesn't get crossed without some understanding of, like, I know I'm crossing this. Mm-hmm. And it keeps the relationship just smooth sailing.
Absolutely.
So that is like a big part that I'm like changing in my circle, and who I'm, messing with, and who I'm spending my time with and putting my energy into, and things like that. So I just want to say I appreciate you for that.
I love that. I'm so happy that I could do that, because I really appreciate you. And it's like, you've helped me, because I'm super big into positivity in general, and like, but that stems from having like a dark time in my life that was really dark, and I was just like, no, like, life's too quick.
Right.
To spend time smiling. Like, everyone's like, you're always smiling, and it's just like, there's gonna be a day where I can't smile. So like, hey. Right. So it's just like, but I'm all about mutually beneficial relationships. I'm all about reciprocating energy, and it's just like, life happens, and you should really appreciate the people that are in your life that choose to be in your life. Because for me, like, the way that I think of family and friends is like, yes, your family is your rock, your foundation, it solidifies you. But like, the friends are the people that choose to be in your life every single day. Mm-hmm. Like, they weren't born with you, and so like, the least you can do is love them, respect them, and uplift them.
Right. That's facts.
I mean,
the least. Yeah. So I'm excited about moving forward in life. I'm excited about everything going on.
Yes.
We actually just recently did parkour. Was that last week or the week before?
The week before. It was the week before.
Time's going by way too fast.
Quick.
But that parkour was so much fun.
I've been showing everybody the parkour push-ups.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. If you don't know what a parkour push-up is, please YouTube it. Or we'll show you. I don't know. Not right now, but
it's miserable.
There's steps to it.
Legit.
There are instructions.
Legit. But we thought that was really cool. Like, not only did we get to like encourage each other in going and doing something, but it was completely out of both of our comfort zones.
Yes.
Neither one of us had ever jumped over shit like that or tried, balancing on a beam and jumping to a piece of wood and stuff. Like, we've never done any of that. So it was really cool to go out and do that.
In a safe space as well.
Yeah. So where we went and did it at, it's called Swift Movement. It's off of the Mitchell exit off of 75. And it's like right across from Rally's, if you guys know where that is.
Yeah. It looks like when you like pull in, it's like a car. It looks like a car shop or whatever, and then you like have to drive like past that. You have to like drive to the back.
Right.
Because it's like when we first pulled up, I was like, "Ow!"
Yeah, I'm like, I don't think we're in the right place.
Where are we?
But yeah, we were, and like the gym was awesome.
Loved it.
Shout
out Matt.
Yeah, we had a trainer named Matt. He was dope. He had been doing it for 6 years and was only 19 years old. And when I say this kid is going from this block to this block, doing flips, like a crazy amount of flips, it was crazy.
It's insane.
It was so nuts. But my point of bringing that up is that it was just fun to go and encourage each other, get to know each other, and also just be active doing something.
Yeah.
That first class is free, so if you guys are interested, I'll put the link and stuff in the bottom. And
because what else are you doing for an hour? It's literally an hour class.
1 hour.
And like honestly, guys, like it's gonna get popping. Like people are gonna start knowing about it, and like it's gonna be full. Like we got the luxury of going, and like we were the only 2 in the evening class, so we got a very personalized experience. But like that's not gonna last very long.
Right, especially because we've been telling everybody. Like we're so excited about it.
Like I can't wait to go back.
Right.
And they also have like other things too. Like if you're not into parkour, like they also have like acrobatics in the summer, and then they have acro yoga.
Yeah.
And then like
they have free running too.
They have free running classes, and then eventually they plan on expanding and doing tumbling and like all this crazy stuff. So just it's gonna be fun.
So you guys that are like me who wanted to learn how to do flips and stuff when they were a kid.
They do adults.
Yeah. They teach adults how to flip. I don't know about throwing myself, I'm 5'9", and I don't know about how I feel about throwing myself in the air doing a flip. But I really have always wanted to learn how to do a flip. And I'm 27, I'll be 28 this year, and hopefully I can learn how to do at least a front flip and land before I'm 28.
Yeah, I would love to do a flip. I could do a mean round off though. Very pretty round off.
Oh, see, I can't do any of that. I can barely do a cartwheel, so this will be interesting. So we'll definitely document, like, when we do go and things like that. We documented last time, and I shared that with you guys. But I just, like, I think for you and I, it's good to go and do things like that because it gives us, like, a different perspective, and we have fun, and it's a different way to get to know somebody, but it's also a really positive way. Like, you're active. Dude, my body hurt so bad the next day. Literally, actually 2-3 days after.
Yeah, I was just saying, like, a few days. Like, you're lucky if it was one day, because it was a few days. Like, part of my legs that I did not know that I used were sore. I was like...
Like right here, like the very front.
And then really up here. Yep. I was like, I didn't even know you can get sore right there. Yep. Like, oh my gosh. But it was a lot of fun. It was so much fun. I had a great time. And like, that is a really good way to get to know someone. And like, I feel like in our generation, like we're such a come over and smoke generation. Right. Like come over and vibe generation. So it's like, it's nice to like, be like, let's take an hour. And it was free. Like, and what's crazy is Cincinnati has so many like free activities and things that like you can do, and like granted there are some things that are expensive, but there are so many things that are not at all. And so it's like that was really fun to like get out, like do some different things with our bodies, like laugh, like you know what I mean? And it was nice because we both hadn't done it before, so because it's like I don't know if you ever like went to the gym with somebody who was like ahead of you or something, but it was nice to be able to like
be on the same level.
Yeah.
I agree, and I think that it was fun. It was just all around for me was a good experience. It's a lot for me to talk about afterwards, and I feel like it was like a positive living thing for me. Like, it was I'm excited to go do more. I'm passionate about giving. I give my last. You know what I mean? That's just how I am. So I need to have money in order to do that.
Yeah, you do.
I give outside of my means, which it's a bad thing if you're looking at it from like a society type of like, like you need to have this, but when you're looking at it as like a child of God who's here to put into the kingdom, I don't care. I'll give my last. You know what I mean? Because I'm always going to hustle and make sure that I
literally
have
the perfect example of that was when I gave that. I called you and told you this story. But I drive Lyft sometimes, and so I had this guy in the back seat of my car. Nothing crazy, nothing special. We weren't talking. He was just listening to music. I was taking him where he was going. And I never have cash, never, ever. I always only have my card. And what's crazy was this was finally, you remember when you gave me $20? Yeah. And I ended up just cash apping you back. This is the last dollar from that $20. That's how much I don't have cash and I don't use cash. Right. So like, I have this dollar, and like I stop at the highway, and there's always homeless people at that paddock exit. And so, like, I just see this lady, and I'm like, you know what? Like, I'm not going to use this dollar. Like, it's my last dollar. Like, I just give it to her. I don't think about it. I'm just like, here. And she's just like, oh, my gosh, thank you so much. And like I just continue taking the man where he's going, and then I drop him off, and he tips me $30 on a $7 Lyft ride.
That's so amazing.
I was like,
but see, when you do good things, and it's not like I'm taking a camera and going to record me doing this good thing. I'm just doing this good thing out of the kindness of my heart because I felt God tell me to do it. People reward that. God rewards that, but also people reward that.
I see that. Because it was so, I was like, because like when he handed me the money, he's just like, here you go. And I was like, oh, okay, thank you. But I was like dropping him off like in the app, so I wasn't really paying attention. And then I like go to put it in my wallet, and I was like,
amazing. That's somebody that was like that. I'm proud of you. I appreciate you.
Yeah, I know. It was so, I was just like, that's so crazy.
So now let me ask you this.
Tell me.
If I ask you, if I say the word appreciation, what do you think of?
Gratitude.
Okay. When I say relationships, what do you think of?
Love.
Okay. When I say intention, what do you think of?
Manifestation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Those are, I feel like those literally 6 things are like the foundation of life.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I feel as though like you really can't have, there's no point of setting intentions if you're not going to then manifest them. And I also just feel as like when you're trying to maintain a positive lifestyle, like it is very important to set those intentions like before you start, because it's so easy to manifest the wrong things accidentally.
that's huge facts.
So it's like it's really important to set those intentions. And like I just feel like all relationships, regardless if it's platonic, romantic, family, it is all based in love.
Right.
It's all based in love. Like,
right.
And I just genuinely feel like there is no relationship without love.
I genuinely feel that way too.
Like, at all. And I just feel like when you appreciate somebody, I just feel like you're always gratuitous. Like, I'm just always like, thank you so much. Like, I'm just like, thank you for hanging out with me. Like, thank you for coming here with me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm always like, thank you for inviting me here. Like, because it's like, I appreciate you. And it's like, little things like that is like, I want you to know that I appreciate the fact that you're in my life, because it is a gift. And I don't think that people value relationships enough to see them that way. It's like, this is a gift.
Right.
For us to connect in this way.
Right. It is. And it's a beautiful gift. And it's funny because a lot of people, like, there's a lot of people who literally only really connect with 1, 2, 3 people in their lifetime, like on that level to where they feel really comfortable with them. They feel like, I can actually be honest with you. I can tell you the truth. I know you're not going to go and run your mouth or whatever. And so it's really beautiful to find relationships that are that deep, but also when you can build into more than just those 1 or 2 people.
That reminds me of when you were, you had kind of went on a rant a little about like people who said like no new friends.
Yeah, it makes me mad. Legit, it makes me mad.
But it's like, I understand the sentiment of it as like, you know what I mean? People who have been hurt a lot, they're like, I don't have any new friends. Like, all of my friends are old. Because in this instance, like, there was a point, like, before I met you, before I met, like, Aaron, and, that's it, you too. Like, all of my friends had been in my life for at least 8 years.
Right.
If not longer.
Right.
Or, or we're family.
Right.
So it was just like, no, I don't have any new friends. All of my friends are my old friends. Like, they're the same friends. And now, but it's like, I think then people took that as like, I don't want any new friends.
Right.
Which is like, you learn so much from just new people. Like, even just like meeting you and like just interacting with you, like even things that you're not like knowing that you're helping me on, like I then like I see you, how you handle something, or like I just like see how like what you do, or like you tell me something and I'm like, oh my gosh, like that relates to something like over here. And you just learn so much because like everyone has so many different perspectives, and it's like, how can you gain those if you just don't talk to anybody new.
Right, and that's what I said. Like, you know, new friends bring new memories, new smells, new foods, new music, new sounds, new shows, new everything, places to visit, new parks. Do you know how many people that I don't know reach out to me like, hey, do you know a park that I could go do this in? Because they know I love parks.
Yeah.
And so if you don't want to reach out to me because you don't want any friends, but you want to go to your friends who they don't know any of the parks.
Yeah.
I know all the parks because I go to all the parks all the time. But none of your friends know the parks because you don't want to talk to me because you don't want no friends. That's stupid.
Yeah, that's silly.
Like, I love talking to new people because I get so much from new people. I know we have a lot of trust issues in this like modern day society. Also with social media, videotaping, screenshots, all that shit.
Screenshots are crazy.
But when you're not, when you're doing the right thing, when you're doing the right thing, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, I was about to say, I've never been a victim of a screenshot, but also like, I'm the type of person, like, a perfect example, the fact that I thought that you were weird before I met you. Like, I'm like, okay, now that we're friends, I need to tell you, I thought you were weird. Like, before we met. Like,
wait, can you please explain? Like, cause wait, hold on. Cause you're not the only one that thought that I was weird. So, on social media, I'm very, like... Interactive.
So interactive.
With everybody. But if I see you in person and I know we both know each other and I make eye contact with you and you don't make eye contact with me, I don't have shit to say to you. So, you know who I am. I know who you are. I always make eye contact with people and smile, but if you're not going to do that back, then I just kind of let it go. So the few times that I've seen Kaya where we were at shows and stuff like that. So, I don't really drink, but Kaya does.
Ooh!
And so I've always been sober and she's always been more drunk, so I don't say anything because she's in her zone talking to people, you know. This is where
also,
we network.
Also keep in mind, like, one, I drink, okay? I do. Like, it's in my blood. I love it. And then when I do get drunk, if I am talking to someone, like, they're the only person that exists at that moment. Like, I'm literally, like, right here. So, but she doesn't know that. She doesn't know I'm drunk. She doesn't know me.
Right. So we don't know each other. So we're both kind of judging each other like, okay, well, I guess we're cool on social media, but you're an asshole in person, I guess. I don't know.
I'm like, she likes my pictures, but like, she won't talk to me. That's so weird. I was like, that's so weird. Does she not want to be my friend? Like, I don't understand. Like, does she just think I'm cute? Like, is that it? Like,
but I'm like that with quite a few people but this culture is weird, okay? Because you'll go to shows, right? There's people, I go to shows and I'm sorry if you're watching, but I don't know who you are. I know who you are, but I don't know your name. So I'll have to ask, like, what is that guy's name? I have no idea who that is. But we see each other every show, so we hug every time. But then I got people on social media who we interact all the time. Then I'll say something in real life and it's weird and I'm just like, I don't know. So now I just don't say shit. And now I look like the weirdo. So it's either overly nice and friendly or a weirdo. And sometimes I don't know which one I want to be. And so a lot of times I just go with the weirdo.
This is funny, but I'll show you this after we finish this episode. But there's a photo I didn't even notice, right? So I was chilling. I did go over to Aaron's house that day. I have to tell you about that. So I went over to Aaron's house and we were looking at, like, through my photos or whatever, through my Instagram. And there's a photo of me, like, one of my favorite photos of myself that, like, you're in the background of.
Really?
And, yeah, you're just, like, clear as day, like, in the back. Like, I hadn't noticed it. And then, like, I'm scrolling through the pictures and Aaron's like, ain't that Lolo? Because I was telling her about all of the coincidences and all the craziness, like, and all the connections.
Dude, this is weird.
And then, like, she's literally on that photo as I'm telling her about it. And she's like, ain't that Lolo? And I was like, ah, that's Lolo in the background. It was that privilege. And, like, I'm going to show you the photo. But I was
that's
just
so
like,
crazy. But that's literally, I mean, we've been in so many events. So just moving forward, like, I just want to say to you guys, if you see me, say hi. I'm super friendly. Like, I really am, like, the nicest person. I will love on you and hug you and everything. Say hi. I'll say hi to you, I guess, first if I need to. But if you know me and you recognize me, say hi.
Yeah, because I remember, I was like, Because I remember the first time I saw you, I asked Nisha, I was like, why does she look so familiar? I'm like, who is she? And she's like, that's Lauren. She never calls you Lola.
Right.
So she's like, that's Lauren. I'm like, that don't help. I don't ring no bells.
Right.
No bells. So then, like, I don't know how, I guess, like, maybe a few days later or something like that, you had liked one of my photos. And I went and I clicked, and I'm like, I just seen her! Like, what? And then, like, so then I'm like, okay. So then, like, the next time I'm out or whatever, and I see you, and, like, you, because of your already preconceived notions, like, of me being out or whatever, and, like, you thinking I'm an asshole, like, you walk...
and you thinking I'm weird.
Yeah. So you walk... So you walk, like, literally straight past me and, like, walk straight to Nisha and, like, hug Nisha. And then,
really?
Yeah, but also I'm short, so you might not have seen me. I don't know. But...
Was that at Privilege, too?
It was... Where were we? It might have been. I think it was. And so you walk straight past me. I'm talking to Fame, and you walk straight past. I'm, like, looking at Nisha, and, like, you hug Nisha, and, like, you're talking to her, and I'm just like...
I'm here. I exist. I know. I've definitely felt that. I felt that before with a lot of people in the music industry that I know. I'm like, we know each other. You're hugging and talking to somebody I was just talking to, and you're not going to acknowledge me? So I feel you, and I apologize.
It's okay. You thought I was an asshole.
But I don't think I realized at that moment, like...
Probably not. So I'm just like, does she only think I'm cute? What the fuck? I'm a person.
Right. Right. And then we become friends, and it's like, wow, we were definitely meant to be. Yeah.
And it's great.
Yeah.
But I just think that's funny how, like, again, that just all goes back to you can't control your perception if you don't say nothing.
Right. That's big facts.
Can't control your perception.
That's big facts.
Because I am the furthest thing from an asshole.
Right. I mean, but don't get me wrong, I am. I can definitely be an asshole. Like, I don't want anybody to ever think that I'm the furthest thing from it.
I am.
Because that's when people get confused.
Yeah.
And they say, well, aren't you supposed to be positive? I am positive. But bet you...
I will check you.
I will check you real quick.
You know what's funny is I think we're friends because I'm weird and you're an
right.
asshole.
Right.
We were projecting.
I'm weak as fuck. That's facts. I love it. So look, if you guys want to do any type of collaborating with us, even if it's just me, you want to do something with both of us as one, hit us up.
If you don't know what you want to do, we can figure out something to do.
Yeah, she's really good at ideas.
Good at ideas.
I'm good, not so good, but I'm good. So
so good at ideas.
So we definitely have a lot of things that we want to do, but if you're living in any type of lifestyle that's positive, like, let us know. Like let's talk. If you got new music, I have a guy coming on. His name is Prophet.
Oh.
We seen him at the Plug and Play at Timeless that they do once a month. Which is an amazing event for artists. You go, you get there, you sign your name up, and there's a list and there's numbers, and so they play the list, by what number you've signed up.
Yep.
You can do music video, you can be the production, you can be whatever, and you can
play
your
stuff.
stuff.
Who just paid his beats. He just played his beats, and like that was so cool. Like,
right, and then Dre shot this, played his music video for promotion for his videography. So anything you want to do, you can kind of go up there and do. But I thought it was really cool. But Prophet hit me up like, yo, like this is what I would really love to come on your show to talk about stoicism.
Oh, you were telling me about that.
So Prophet hit me up and he wants to talk about stoicism, and I thought that was really cool that we went to a Plug and Play event. I didn't promote myself at all whatsoever.
Yeah, because you were there for Jose.
I was just there to record for him. And then I get hit up with somebody saying, yo, like, look, this is what I seen your show. This is what I would like to do. I'd love to talk about this.
Yeah.
He does music, but what he wants to talk about has absolutely nothing to do with music. And so I'm really, really excited about that connection because I feel like he's going to really bring us some words.
Knowledge,
and And so I just think it's important to like network. Ask people, hey, can I be on your show?
Yeah.
Hey, can you feature me? What do I need to do in order to be featured?
Yeah.
You know, I don't, right now, I'm not charging anybody to be on my show. But Kaya does charge if you want to send her your album to be reviewed and everything. Yep. If you send it to her and she doesn't just choose it, if you send it to her, she's going to charge you.
Yeah.
So just keep that in mind as you do hit us up, that Kaya does charge for some things. I don't charge just yet for anything, but that can 100% change in the future.
So I don't charge for interviews right now. I also don't charge for any content that I choose to put out on my platform. But if you want me to review your project, if you have an album, an EP, or whatever, it's only $10, and that literally just goes towards improving my audio and backdrop. It goes straight to the show, and it's just so to make sure to lock you in, because a lot of the times we have artists. I dealt with this with a few artists. I won't say their names because I like both of them, but where they were like, okay, we're gonna review this. I want you to review my project. I'm gonna send it to you on this day. And then, so I set everything up. I pay this guy to shoot me. I pay the audio person. I get the special guest here, whatever. I set up a time slot, because the thing with people who want me to review their projects, if you want me to review it, if you want the review to be released the same weekend that your album comes out, I need the project earlier.
Right.
And because I'm not going to then give out your project earlier, I then also have to set up a time slot for people to come and so that we can listen to the project, so I'm not just giving out your content.
Right.
So, I set all of that up, which takes time and money, and then, you're oh, I don't have it done yet.
Right.
And it's but I've already done all of this.
Right.
So it's just a little security thing just to help cushion me.
Right. And that's nothing.
$10. That's it. And that's it.
That's for honest criticism.
Honest criticism. I will really look into your project. Because it's really hard. What I've noticed is when I because I used to do, or I still do sometimes, the 411 Uncut events with Nella D at Privilege.
Mm-hmm.
But what I've noticed sometimes is, for me, when I'm listening to them, especially performances, it's so hard. But listening to a track one time, my feedback is going to be different if I've listened to it 5 times.
Right.
Because now I can actually, I've actually had the time to really listen to it versus just first impressions kind of thing. So it's just it's a little different.
Right. And I love that. So just keep that in mind moving forward. If you guys do hit either one of us up or both of us up for anything, we would definitely love to talk to you and collab with you if that makes sense for all of us. So
absolutely. And also I want to say because we've been talking a lot about music this show, but we also want to collab with any creative at all. Like I said, I just had a painter on my last episode. If you do fashion, if you cook, if you make products, if you know what I mean, whatever you do, if you are a motivational speaker, or whatever, if you're something creative that's building the culture in the city, we want to know your name.
Right.
We want to know who you are.
Right. And we want other people to know who you are.
Exactly. I think that's the biggest reason. I don't know about you. Actually, I do. But that's the biggest reasons why we created these platforms.
Yes.
It wasn't for oh, I just want to be Call Me Kaya, or I just want to be Lolo. It was just we both felt there wasn't a platform for people. And so we wanted to create the platforms, and I'm so happy that we have 2 completely different platforms that are rooted in the same thing.
Yeah.
And so it's just if we don't know your name, we should.
Yes.
So please introduce yourself to us.
Yeah.
So that we don't think you're weird or an asshole.
Yeah. So, okay, well, is there any last words you want to give them?
Please send me music. Artists, please send me music. Call me Kaya at yahoo.com.
KIAH.
Please, thank you. KIAH. Call me Kaya. You are more than welcome to call me Kaya. Please send me music. Any music. I don't care. Send it to me. That's it.
Okay. Now, I already brought up the fact that you can find her on social media. It's callme_Kaya, KIAH.
Everywhere.
And then you just got her email, callmekaya at
Yahoo.
And check out the new Flavor series on YouTube.
Yes.
Everything will be tagged underneath, and then yeah, let us know if we can do anything for you, if there's any way that we can help you, or if there's anything that we can collab on.
Yes.
We love you.
We love you so much.
Cheers to our listeners.
Yay!
Woo!